May 1st of 2020, Elon Musk announced that he would be selling almost all physical possessions, including his home. He then acquired a $50,000 tiny home.
I think possessions kind of weigh you down.
Because I am a robot. I do not understand the emotion. But all he needs is a holster. He needs some shit that he fit into, like,
and plug his ass.
right.
Just plug him into the matrix.
That's all he needs is a charger.
Damn.
Need a USB up against
Son,
one of the walls in his
leave him
company.
alone, son.
Anyway, yo, this is the billionaire house tier list. I never been to a billionaire's house. You know the billionaires?
No.
All right. Well, if we knew one, we can know what their house is like. And this is the billionaire house tiers list. We just being nosy, trying to see what's up with their money.
Elon Musk live in a hovel.
Next to who this is,
right?
Whoever this is.
Right,
so it's levels to this shit.
That's Diddy's old house.
Got the tunnel. This is where the tunnel to the Diddy house go to the bigger house, nigga, in the basement. All right, this one is entitled Billionaire House Tier List. That's the long and the short of it. Let's go.
From a $2 billion mega mansion to a $50,000 tiny home, this is the Billionaire House Tier List. Vladimir Putin has a net worth of $200 billion, and he's got a
$200 billion.
God damn.
And he's got a palace with an underground bunker. Mark Zuckerberg bought 1,000 football fields of land in Hawaii so he could build a massive compound with a self-sustainable underground bunker, over a dozen houses including 2 mansions and a web of disc-shaped tree houses connected by rope bridges. 1984, Steve Jobs bought a California mansion called the Jackling House. It was designed in 1925 by famous architect George Washington Smith.
George Washington Smith.
Steve Jobs wanted to burn it down. California said no, because of its historical significance. Steve Jobs really wanted to burn it down. He went on record calling the house a dump. He said Jackling had no taste and that George Washington Smith was a nobody. He then abandoned the house and let it rot for 10 years. The house became such a mess that he was finally given permission to destroy it. 8 months.
Why didn't you give it to me? Don't you think, like, why don't you just give me?
Yeah, he was a weird cat.
Right, but he could have gave me the house.
Of this innocent house, one of Steve Jobs' final victories. I don't get why you hated on this house so much. I'd say it's a strong C tier. World famous pharmaceutical salesman El Chapo had a peak in net worth of
Pharmaceutical salesman.
$12 billion.
Chapo.
He was said to have houses at every single beach and a ranch in every single state. He also had the government looking for him.
He had all them houses. He also had the government looking for his ass.
The crazy shit is, why do people, like, at what level can you just, like, okay, how many billions?
No, at some point, money isn't a factor, son.
Right, you just playing the game.
You just playing it. It's
You
like
tryna-
real life Monopoly.
You trying to run up the points.
Yeah, that's it.
I can
man.
get on.
Yeah, I just,
get
it
over
ain't
on
running
these
up the point. It's just.
every single state.
Money begots money.
So rather than living in his luxurious mansions, he was forced to stay in discreet safe houses to avoid the law. These unassuming homes had hidden escape routes, connecting Chapo to a network of underground tunnels that allowed him to escape capture and keep his drug empire running. This man was a Harriet Tubman of crack.
He had a bunch of bags of dust.
Yo, he called this nigga the Harriet Tubman of crack, son. The underground. That is funny. I like this dude, son.
Official residence is
His name's Jack Pocket. Shout out Jack
Shout out
Pockets.
to Jack Pockets, man. That was
a
fun.
17-acre Florida resort called Mar-a-Lago. After buying it in 1985, Donald made a few changes. In his yard, he put an 80-foot tall American flag. In his bathroom, he added a few classified documents from the White House.
See, Trump be having elaborate shit, but I hate his taste.
Wow, because it's over the top.
It'd be crazy, son. Gold leaf
He not
toilets and
talking.
all that.
Did you miss what he said? He said he added some official documents to his bathroom. So basically, when he left the White House,
Oh yeah. He had
took
some shit
the
with him. Yeah.
But the biggest change he made was turning the property into an exclusive club. For a $200,000 entry fee, you could become a Mar-a-Lago member and hang out with rich people, like Jeffrey Epstein. He was a member of
Come around my house.
Trump's club until
Shots
2007, when he got kicked out for hitting on a teenager. Classic Jeffrey. The club's been boosting over 20
classic Jeff.
Classic.
million a year, making Mar-a-Lago one of Trump's most lucrative investments. Just
His own damn house.
somewhat controversial house, but it is a nice place. Being the Queen of England has a lot of perks. You get the coolest jewelry collection of all time. You get to drive a Bentley limo without needing a license.
You get to be dead too.
You get to pay taxes when you feel like it. But the coolest part of being the queen is living in the $5 billion Buffett 775-room behemoth.
dang.
Has everything you need to be the ultimate rich person. You got a throne room, a multi-billion-dollar art gallery, London's biggest private garden, and an ATM in your basement so you can take out a brick and flex on your 8.
He says so you can take out a brick and flex on your haters.
This is so big, it has its own zip code. I think I'm too poor to even be looking at this house. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, has 5 private islands. What is Larry Page doing on his 5 private islands? Nearby locals haven't noticed anything unusual.
No gold chain.
except for a few helicopters. But in a 2013 conference, we may have gotten a glimpse into the answer.
There's many exciting and important things you could do that you just can't do because they're illegal. So maybe we should set aside a small part of the world where we can try out some new things.
What?
And figure out what is the effect on society, what's the effect on people.
So in case you can't read between the lines, Larry Page is using his islands to perform human experiments on children. S tier. In a 2010 letter to shareholders.
What?
I ain't never heard that shit. That's crazy.
This is something we can't do because of laws and stuff.
Right.
So.
Son, you notice all these dudes, the Zuckerbergs and this dude, Steve, none of these dudes are the so-called alpha male dudes.
S tier. In a 2010 letter to shareholders, stock market genius Warren Buffett said that his third best investment was his house. In 1958, he bought a $30,000 home in a quiet neighborhood of Omaha, Nebraska. The property is now worth over 40 times what he bought it for, which might seem like an amazing financial return. However, if he had instead invested that $30K into the stock market, he would have made $3 million. The reason Buffett considers his house such a good investment is not because of numbers, but because of the memories it brought him and his family.
That's what's up.
Go ahead, Warren.
Yeah, Warren's still with his lady though, right?
She's still busting it open?
Mukesh Ambani,
Pause, I'm sorry.
Who is this?
the richest man in India, dropped $2 billion on a 27-story mega mansion in the middle of the hood. Creative visionary Kanye West said this in a 2018 interview.
I'm gonna be one of the biggest real estate developers of all time. I'm tired of the McMansions, all the Spanish roof homes and stuff like that. Like, that shit whack, bro. Like, everybody house whack. It's trash.
Give me a ranch, nigga.
Kanye bought this house in 2023. It was originally a church in Los Angeles that he planned to use for his Donda Academy school, but it's since been left to rot. In 2019, Kanye started building massive dome-shaped structures inspired by Star Wars that he believed would revolutionize affordable housing. He was seconds away from solving the homelessness crisis when California shut him down because they already have tents for that. Recently, Kanye bought a $57 million Malibu home, paid someone 20 grand a week to destroy it, then listed it back up for sale for $4 million less than what he bought it for. And on top of that, the guy that he paid to destroy it, turns out he never paid him. So now he's also getting sued. After taking L after L after L, Kanye officially announced that he would be building a 100,000 acre city in the Middle East.
Kanye a wild dude, man.
Yo, it must be great to be crazy and rich.
Right.
All this crazy rich shit you want to do.
Niggas wild.
Crazy and rich.
Wild dude, man.
Yeah. He's in another planet.
Fall in the F category.
Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, bought a $191 million mansion on the tallest hill on Hong Kong Island. It offers a beautiful view of the world's most unaffordable city. However, Mr. Ma might not be able to appreciate this view any longer because in late 2020 at an economic conference, he made the grave mistake of criticizing the Chinese government.
Don't do that, nigga.
Do that in China?
Right. Shout out China.
Don't come over here with this shit.
Algorithm down, nigga. I don't know.
Right.
Jack Ma isn't dead, by the way. He ended up reappearing in China a few months later.
They roughed that nigga up.
He apologized.
Leader Xi Jinping let him keep his cool house. Michael Jordan's mansion could be yours for $14,855,000. It's actually been on sale for over a decade. The main reason no one's buying it is because it's in Illinois.
Right. I want this shit.
On top of that, a lot of the home's features are too unique to Jordan. Not many buyers would want front gates with someone else's jersey number, a theater with someone else's logo, and a basketball court with the names of someone else's kids.
Nah, it's a super fan that might want it. It might be a little high, but it's a super fan that got that paper that want that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Could you imagine like some of the motherfuckers that worship Jordan?
Yeah, fuck the sneakers. I got the house.
The house?
I got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mansion
yeah.
with the pool with the shit in it. Yeah.
It's probably a tad too high, but it's some
Yeah,
fans.
Rose
that want
gonna buy it.
Marking your territory is effective for keeping people from eating your pizza and also keeping people from buying your house. Now to the average broke person like myself, having a $15 million house that's not selling might seem like an absolute disaster, but for Michael Jordan, he's probably not that worried. Solid D tier. Jeff Bezos launched Amazon.com from the garage of a house he was renting for $890 a month. He's now the 25th largest landowner in the United States. Jeff has properties all across the country. His main home was a $10 million mansion in Washington until 2023 when he moved to Florida so he could be closer to his family and further from the IRS. He lives on a man-made island off the coast of Miami where he bought a $68 million mansion. 2 months later, he spent $79 million on the one next door.
That's how you do it.
That's how
Give me the whole block, baby. Give me the whole goddamn block.
Place I'd say B tier.
That's it.
The other.
The other house.
But he's also evading taxes, so that bumps him up to A tier. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman
All right, now we're talking.
300 mil on a French chateau. It has a nightclub, a moat with an underwater aquarium, and modern technology that can all be controlled with an iPhone. The building might seem like a historic.
Yo, they be on some other.
Yeah, that's some whole other shit.
Probably
None of them got none of that shit.
Nothing like that. When you just start wearing just robes and shit flowing, the air blowing, you like
No shoes.
It's the
They
desert.
walk, they levitate.
business with the Crown Prince anytime soon, because in 2018, according to the CIA, the Crown Prince assassinated his cousin.
He was like, "That's all right."
Khashoggi.
Khashoggi. They caught up with him. Whoever it was.
Cool house though. Billionaires Row is a New York City neighborhood with the tallest and most expensive buildings in the world. The people that buy these apartments aren't buying apartments. They're investing in furnished capitalism.
The majority of people who are actually living here aren't actually living here. They're using these apartments for places to store value.
It's a brand. It's like a Birkin bag. Where do you live? 157. Where do you live? 111. Where do you live? 220.
In 2019, billionaire investor Ken Griffin bought 4 floors of 220 Central Park South for $238 million, making it the most expensive real estate purchase in the United States.
God damn.
For 4 floors?
Give me 4 floors. 4, should I get 500?
How much?
I'll just
stroke them a check because I'm busy right now.
I'll get
on a flight out
Okay,
to Bali.
Okay.
Meet Russell Simmons.
Thanks. He probably didn't even come there. He probably did this. He was in Singapore.
Like
nigga.
I say, he store stuff. He got Picasso's and
Right,
abstract.
right.
Yeah.
220 holds the most desirable view in the city, being the only Billionaires Row tower located directly on Central Park. I mess with Ken Griffin, but I think $240 million for a concrete brick is a little bit too much. Bill Gates has a
You don't know what's up in there though.
$150 million complex in Washington. It has an epic library with a manuscript written by Leonardo da Vinci.
God damn.
What? What?
He's got some shit Leonardo da Vinci wrote.
So that one piece right there is 130 mil.
Right.
Go back. Are you talking about the whole property or that one piece? This Leonardo da Vinci joint is 130 mil. Yeah, I just out of curiosity, son.
It was that he got a got some shit Leonardo da Vinci wrote.
It has an epic library with a manuscript written by Leonardo da Vinci.
The manuscript itself.
Right, a book that he wrote with his hands. But it's Leonardo da Vinci though. Sistine Chapel and all that. He what was that, Michelangelo or Donatello?
Son, that one paper right there is $130 million.
Yeah, but it's a book. It's an original from
It's from the 1700s.
from Leonardo da Vinci. And you get to read it only yourself. It's yours.
in glass.
That's the
If
only.
he wanted to, he could throw that shit out the window. He could
Imagine the original Microsoft computer.
Yeah, nigga.
Commodore.
It's probably worth just as much as that book. Nigga.
Interior footage of this house on the internet. So some of the following visuals will be made with AI.
AI is a brilliant tool.
Bill Gates has a 60-foot indoor swimming pool. Inside of it is an underwater sound system, but that's nothing compared to his personal Lake Washington beach that has sand imported from the Caribbean. He also has a trampoline room, walls covered in screens, and his favorite tree that he monitors electronically 24 hours a day. There's some cool tech in this house. I'd say a solid B tier. In 2002,
This nigga said B.
Larry Ellison, the co-founder of Oracle, got a letter from his accountant. It listed a few of his expenses, like his $25 million villa in Japan, $194 million yacht, and $200 million Japanese temple in California. Larry's net worth at the time was $23 billion, but his accountant was still concerned. I'm worried, Larry. It's imperative that we start
I'm worried, Larry.
Slowed it down with the music and all that, right?
I'm worried, Larry.
budget and plan. New purchases should be kept.
Oracle CEO and billionaire Larry Ellison has just made a rather large investment or purchase. He's
Fuck that. Give me Australia, please, real quick.
just bought the island of Lanai.
S tier. Kim Kardashian bought a $20 million home in 2014 with her then husband Kanye West. They spent 3 years transforming it into what they described as a minimal monastery and what others described as an expensive psych ward. This house is a really cool art project.
Now you're in the middle of this
everything.
strange
got the house,
time
him or
where
her?
you're
You know she probably got it. That nigga Kanye just wanders the land now. He just wanders around the earth.
Right, preaching.
He just got his card on him. Somebody
selling
let
your
him sleep
houses.
somewhere. He got
You
his
say you
card
don't
on
want
him.
any
Kanye.
material possessions, and
I'm slightly sad about it, actually.
if you're sad about it, why are you doing it?
Because I am a robot.
I am AI.
I do not understand emotion.
May 1st of 2020, Elon Musk announced that he would be selling almost all physical possessions including his homes, and he stayed true to his word, selling off each of his California mansions one by one. He then acquired a $50,000 tiny home.
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. People say, "Hey, billionaire, you got all this stuff." Like, well, now I don't have stuff. Now what are you gonna do?
Elon's $50,000 tiny home.
Are you
He
joking?
got all the stuff. He did it all. He had all the stuff. Plus, he don't have no emotions or feelings, and he's a robot. So he's like, "Why am I doing this?"
What I think is he's just trying to simplify his life. Whatever it is, like Jeff Bezos, when he bought the mansion and then bought the mansion right next door. That's just like, I don't need
that nigga is a robot. All he needs is a holster. He needs some shit that he fit into, like
and plug his ass.
Right.
Just plug him into the matrix.
That's all he needs is a charger.
God damn.
Need a USB up against one of the
chill,
walls in his
son. Leave him
company.
alone, son.
Don't cut his dick off, dog.